Alright, YouTube, I've been telling myself in my head that I need to make this video, but for a long time, but I always forget to make the video. But I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, so the video ain't gonna be that long. And I'm gonna pop up a few videos at the end of the video. But like the video, subscribe to the channel. Y'all read the title, and what do I mean by that? See, a lot of people, they read the title or they hear me say something, especially in person, and before they get to let me tell them what I mean by it, they get offended, right? Shutting up, zipping my lips is my superpower. Shutting up is a superpower. A lot of people ask me, how do you lose weight? Or how do you lift a lot of weights? How do you do this and that and third? The first part is shutting up. Shutting up is the main part. That's offensive, repping time. I ain't telling you to shut up before I get to there. I'm not telling you to shut up. I would never tell nobody on this earth. You're a grown man, grown woman. I have no power above you. You have power over you. You, not me. I got power over me, not you. I have power over me. You have power over you. Now, what we do and say and this and that and third might rub off and influence and influence our other actions and all that. But I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why shutting up is a superpower. See, a lot of time in real life when I tell somebody this, they get offended, they don't want to hear me, and they stop talking to me. And I'd be like, yeah, that's what I wanted anyways. I wanted you to stop talking to me because you in the way. You know what I'm saying? So, how many times, let me ask you this question. I just said this in this video, right? How many times did you not do something that you set out to do? Something that was your goal, right? We're human. None of us are perfect. We all have those things, right? Now rewind back throughout from now until you came up with the plan, however long the plan was. This channel, I've been on this channel for like, what, 5 years? I had the name, the title, I had the name of this channel and the idea of getting on YouTube probably 5 or more years before I started. What was the problem? There was many problems. I thought I had to be perfect. It's a fitness channel. I wanted to lift a certain amount of weight. I wanted to look a certain way before I started, and I wanted to hit the ground running. That's one of the problems. But the biggest problem was every day. I was telling my girl and everybody else that I personally know, getting on their nerves too. Yeah, I'm gonna start my channel. Listen, all I was doing what? Talking about it. See, you gotta talk about it and be about it. I'm not saying you can't be about it and talk about it at the same time, but there has to be a ratio. If you're all talk and no action, nothing's ever gonna be done. If you're all action and no talk, you might be taking the wrong action because somebody can or cannot have advice that can help you, or maybe you can talk, and when you talk and you can figure out something, things come to you when you have a conversation or whatever, whether it's something that came from somebody else or something that came from yourself. So having a little bit of talk is okay. It's actually a benefit, right? But all talk leads to no action. You got person A and person B, right? Let's say you got person A and person B. Person A, let's say they're both in New York, right? They're in New York, and they want to drive to California. Separate cars, separate trips, whatever. This person wants to take a trip, this person wants to take a trip. Person A, might talk about it a little bit, get his plans together, figure out how he gonna do it. Then gets on the road. He drives southwest. Person B, he stays wherever they're at in New York, at work, school, whatever, home, wherever. And all he does is say, oh, I want to drive to California. Oh, man, I'm thinking about driving to California. Oh, I'm planning on driving to California. Every day, this person is just, this is how it was with my channel before I, took action and started, right? Who's going to get there most likely? Now, something can happen on the way. Person A, God forbid, this ain't a real person, it's just imaginary, but still, something can happen, car accidents and breakdowns or whatever. But I feel that person got a way better chance than the person that's just sitting here talking about it. Shutting up was his superpower. He shut up and got on the road. Same thing with losing weight. Well, I'm gonna lose weight. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I don't mean to offend. I'm just saying. I used to be heavy. I didn't start losing weight till I shut up and started doing it. Same thing with lifting weights. I go to the gym all the time. What's my biggest complaint? People in the way, they won't stop talking to you, they won't leave you alone. And people, I don't see the problem with that. Just have a conversation with these people. No! Shutting up is how I got strong. Shutting up is how I got in shape. I'm not gonna just throw it away and talk to somebody for a long time. Now we can conversate a little bit. Actually, sometime I might want to. After I'm done. How you do that? So, but then like people be asking questions, ask for advice, I give it to them. Then I tell them like, hey man, wait until I'm done, I'll tell you some more, or I show you a video. But 90% of people, they're not even asking for advice, they just want to hold a conversation. I gotta work in a few minutes, so I gotta get this workout in. So where you work at? So what do you do? No! I wanna get this workout in. Oh, it ain't that important. A lot of people say, oh, it's not that important, it's not that. I get it. Everybody don't live this lifestyle, and I'm not expecting everybody to live this lifestyle. All right? But at the same time, if you don't live this lifestyle, that don't mean you should get in the way of other people who live this lifestyle. That's like saying I don't drive motorcycles because I don't believe in them. They're not safe, and I used to want one, but I don't. Okay, that's true. I never drove one. I used to want one. Now I don't. I'm not gonna diss people who ride motorcycles unless they just doing dumb stuff, weaving through traffic and causing all kind of chaos, and you know what I'm saying. And then everybody that drive cars is the problem. But I don't like motorcycles or whatever. I get to the point I don't like people that drive motorcycles, so I go flatten all the motorcycle tires that I can find. That's called hating, all right? That's called hating. I don't live that motorcycle lifestyle, so I'm gonna stop other people from living a motor. No, that's called being a hater. I don't lift weights, but for some reason I'm in the gym, so whoever in here lifting weights, I'm gonna make sure they don't lift no weights. It's called being a hater. But then everybody blame the person who went to the gym to do this. Wasn't even supposed to be about this. But it is. Or whatever. We're gonna roll with that. Because shutting up it ties in. Shutting up is a superpower. Almost everybody that I know who really does this, they don't talk much in the gym. That's not being mean. It's not. If I'm over here minding my business, doing my thing, got my headphones on blaring, and I'm going crazy in the gym, I need that focus to not get injured, right? If I'm lifting heavy weights and most of my focus is on you instead of me and the weights, this is going to happen. So it's not even about getting stronger. It is, but it's not all about getting stronger. It's not all about building muscle. It is. That's what I went there to do, but it's also about not getting injured. If I'm bench pressing and it takes all my might to get it, I can't. So the sunny day, I can't do that. Can't do that. And even in between sets, I put it down, and I got to get my focus back right. I got to think about how can I make the next set safer? How can I make it more efficient? What did I do right or wrong? And I got to breathe. So if I'm blue in the face from talking to you, did I get under that bar? That took away some of my strength. If I was going for 12 reps, I might get 8 reps now because I was talking to you. Now you like, oh, I don't see the problem. The problem is progress. If I do that day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, every day I go to the gym, within a year, I might be in the same position, muscle-wise and strength-wise, as I was in the beginning of that year. What does that matter? To people who don't live this lifestyle, it probably doesn't matter. That's cool. But at the same time, like I said with the motorcycle, that person hitting the road, trying to get the wind on his back and the ground beneath his feet. Go out in the blaze if I got to. You know what I'm saying? Who am I to stop that person from riding a motorcycle? Or skydive? I never do that, right? That's another thing. People will tell you about lifting weights. It ain't like that. That ain't how you do it. And they don't even lift weights. I saw you. You was in the gym. You wasn't doing none of that, but you talking all. But they be talking all that stuff. They be talk. So if I'm the stronger guy, the leaner guy, the guy with the six pack, is always gonna be the bad guy. Fit people get bashed way more. Overweight people be getting bashed, but it doesn't happen as much as they think it does. Well, at least it didn't happen to me, so I can't really say. I can't say what happens to somebody else. But from what I see in my experience from being both and seeing other people for decades in the gym, fit people get bashed way more. And whenever they say something, they're automatically the bad guy. Just like on the road. You might see road rash, somebody jump out the car and beat up somebody else, which is horrible. But the person who's losing the fight is automatically the one that's in the right. You don't know what that person did. I ain't saying they got the right to do that. I'm not saying that. I'm not condoning that at all. All I'm saying is my name Bennett, and I ain't in the... You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because, like I said, in the gym, somebody tried to shake my hand while I was bench pressing. If you don't lift, you might not see the danger in that. You might think it's funny. Well, that's crazy. No, it was dangerous. Nobody listens to me when I say it's dangerous. I got heavy weight on the bar in my hands. It can fall on my neck, my chest, my face. Get away from people while you're lifting. Let them lift. If you don't understand that, then okay, you don't understand that. Wait until they're done. That person is under a lot of stress. Yes, that person put themselves there, but it's a gym. This is what that person's goal was to do, was to go here and lift weights. They didn't come there to see you, bro. Sis, whoever listen, learn, and watching. You got the right to the equipment. It's a gym. It's a public gym. They pay their membership. You got the right to the equipment, the weights, the kettlebells, the dumbbells, the cardio machines, the bouncy balls, the ropes, the straps, the stretchy, retchy, or whatever machines, the bathroom, the facilities, the water fountain. You paid for that. You charge your phone with the plugs. You paid for the facility. You didn't pay. You don't have your right to the people in there. If you want to get in a conversation in the gym, let it be mutual. The person who doesn't want to talk to you is not being wrong. If you keep coming to that person, especially if they tell you, hey man, just let me, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're telling you. Or even if they shouldn't even have to tell you. You can tell if you pay attention to that person whether or not that person whether to be bothered or not. And if you can tell that person don't want to be bothered, who's wrong? If the person bothering them or the person who don't even want to be bothered? It ain't all about community. It is, but it ain't. It ain't for everybody. Ain't the same. Some people want to go in there for self. You got the right to your personal space in a public place. I don't care where I'm at. I got my right to my personal space in a public place regardless. And shutting up is a superpower. With all that, a lot of people be either trying to learn from somebody, which is cool, but then a lot of people be jealous, which is not cool. And it's also, they're doing themselves a huge disservice. They're not just messing up that person, they're messing up themselves. You don't know where you can be if that person actually put in the effort, the same effort they got hating and distracting, that same effort, how you approach the gym is everything. If they took that same effort and slowly built themselves up, they could be probably past that person they hating on. That person might have a 600-pound deadlift, a 350-pound bench press, a 500-something pound squat. Those are actually my goals, short-term goals. One of them might be a long-term goal. The squat probably a long-term goal. But those are my goals right now. and I'm gonna get past those and then some, right? Because of what? Shutting my mouth and focusing on those goals, right? The other person probably can beat all that I just said. Maybe, maybe not. But they'll never know the way they're going. That's all I gotta say, man. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Add something to that at the bottom in the comments. Let me know your opinion. You got the right to your opinion. Maybe you think I'm wrong. Riddle me that. Explain to me. You know what I'm saying? This is not a diss. This is not telling nobody to shut up, like I said in the beginning. I'm just saying, if you got a goal, if you want to get there, you got to go. And I'm not telling nobody to do nothing stupid or nothing non-positive. Nothing's going to hurt yourself or nothing. You know, I always tell people, don't bite off more you can chew. Don't try to lose all your weight in one day. Don't try to lift the whole world you just started lifting. Don't try to run a marathon and you've been sitting on the couch. No offense. I'm just saying. Baby steps is how you get